Get back into the action. So I'm gonna just go straight into the Lucas Paqueta stuff, and there's a lot to discuss with the Lucas Paqueta stuff. But first things first, let's just go from yesterday's news on Lucas Paqueta. So this is, if you guys don't know Lucas Paqueta, this is Lucas Paqueta, right? In an Arsenal kit. Now, I'm not ready to yet put him in an Arsenal kit and say it's done, it's dusted. None of that. I'm not going to be doing that. But I'm just going to say this guy would look perfect in that kit. I've watched him. I've done my analytics. I've checked my analytics on the guy. I've checked his pressing and everything and his stats just to see how he matches up to what we currently have. He would definitely be an improvement on our with his passing ability. And the reality of the situation is, guys, the reality of the situation is reality. Let me just tell you guys the reality. Xhaka is going to be here for another season. That is just a reality that we have to understand at this moment in time. Xhaka is going to be here for another season. And I'm just thinking, if Xhaka is going to be here for another season, regardless, we need to get more eights in this team, because you can't have Xhaka starting week in, week out, especially when we're in two competitions. Xhaka, guys, is going to still be here. So he's going to have to step up. But in the meanwhile, while he's stepping up, we still need to get more improvements. We still need to get better players. We still need to get more on top of what we currently have. That is the reality. Guys, we're at 92 likes and 92 people in the chat right now. Get those likes up. People want Xhaka to leave, but just, I'm telling you guys now, be prepared. Granted, Xhaka is going to be here for another season at Arsenal Football Club. He's being fully evaluated for this situation. The club doesn't seem to have any links for Xhaka to leave the club. And with all these potential midfielders that are coming in, Xhaka seems to still be a mainstay in this team. So you're going to see Xhaka in this club next season. That is just a reality, harsh reality that I just wanted to point out before we move on. Because I do think we're going to have another season of Granit Xhaka. And we potentially could even have another season of Hector Bellerin. Yes, Hector Bellerin could also potentially be here for another season. But I do see Bellerin ending up leaving before Xhaka, obviously. I could see him leaving. Xhaka ending his career at Arsenal, possibly. I love Xhaka. He's a role player, but we need to upgrade. I agree. Definitely agree. If we keep Xhaka, we're not going forward. That might be a little extreme, but I hear it because a lot of people have had enough of Granit Xhaka. I completely get it. Could Granit Xhaka be one of those players who has a lot to prove next season for you guys? That is something we're going to have to discuss. Could Granit Xhaka be one of those guys that has a lot to prove? He could potentially be one of those guys who has a lot to prove, because a lot of our players have a lot to prove. But hey, let's go into the Lucas Paqueta things. So first things first, Edu, yes, our director, former Arsenal invincible, has met with Lucas Paqueta. Yes, he has met with Lucas Paqueta. So let me give you guys the lowdown on this quickly before we move on to the next part. If you guys want to take a second, I will read this in a second just to give some of the people a chance to get caught up to what we're discussing. Arsenal are interested in signing Lucas Paqueta this summer and have already informed the players' representatives through Edu Gaspar that they want to formalize an offer for him. Lyon are asking for 80 million euros. This is reported by Goal Brazil. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. This price right here has changed a lot. So rumored was 60 million euros. Then you have rumors where it's 80 million euros. Then you have rumors where it's another 100 million euros. it's circulating all over the place. And if you guys want to watch on TikTok, come join us on EGTV on YouTube. That is where you can actually see the visual of what I'm discussing, and you can see the article itself. So as you guys can see right here, Lucas Paqueta, Brazilian international, Lyon midfielder, has been linked to Arsenal, and it is actually rumored that Edu has officially made formal contact with his representatives. And this is just stage one of the early stages to show that these deals could be happening, right? So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how valid this is, how this actually is going to play out. Because Lucas Paqueta, if you don't know, he is 24 years old. He's the Lyon midfielder who played about 35 of the games last season. He does have a goal threat on him. He does get involved in the goals. Even when he was at AC Milan, he wasn't that involved in AC Milan's team. He didn't really play so well at AC Milan. But when he made his move to Lyon, he really showed and stepped up a level. Now in the Brazil team and playing for Lyon in the Champions League and the Europa League, showing his skills and quality, he definitely is a player that Edu and Mikel Arteta have identified and said to themselves, he is a step above what we currently have. Now, the next article that you're going to see is this article here, where it's Lucas Paqueta's entourage believe Arsenal will make a bid for the player, as reported by Charles Watts on his YouTube channel. Yes, Charles Watts has reported this. Just so you guys can see, Charles Watts, Lucas Paqueta's entourage believe that Arsenal will make a bid for the player and could potentially fit in as a left-sided 8 in Arteta's 4-3-3, as reported by Charles Watts on his YouTube channel. So not only do they have an idea where they're going to play him, Charles Watts has somehow been informed of the potential place where they would potentially play him. We need to see more about this. We need to find out more about potentially where he could play, but he could potentially play as an 8. That is where he could potentially play on our team as a left-sided 8. Let me know what you guys think about that. Left-sided 8. That means Xhaka would be moving to the bench, in my opinion. A lot of people might be very happy about that. And what would that mean for Tielemans? What would that mean for Tielemans also? We need to figure that out also. But yeah, continue to hit those like buttons, people. Let me know what you guys think about Lucas Paqueta so far. It does look like it's a very promising situation. Then we had an update a couple minutes prior to us going live, where we are now the favorites to sign the player. Yes, we are now Arsenal. Okay, here's the next one. Sorry, just before we get to the final update. Here's the second last update. Lucas Paqueta has been approved by Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar. Lyon won't accept less than 60 million euros. So as you guys can see, the price one time was 80 million euros. Now it's 60 million euros. I don't know what the real price is. I honestly don't, because we keep seeing other random prices. So is it going to be 60 million or is it going to be 80 million? Whatever it is. What about the 30 million for Tielemans? I don't know. They said that there was a bid that went in for Tielemans, or they were preparing a bid for Tielemans. We're going to look into that in a second, my friend. Immediately after we're done this, we're going to check out the Tielemans rumors to see if anything new has popped up. But yeah, so that is that with that situation there. And this is from a journalist over in, I think, in France, or no, I think this is a Portuguese journalist. Then you have the situation here where Lucas Paqueta, Freddie Paxton, who has been breaking a lot of stories lately with Lucas Paqueta and other stuff. Freddie Paxton has broken a story, and he said Lucas Paqueta has been scouted by Arteta and is a fan. No bid has yet officially been submitted. So here is the big update, the final update. So Arsenal have scouted him. They've watched him over the last season, and Arteta is a big fan and has given his okay for the potential signing of Lucas Paqueta. Now, here's the Tielemans update, guys, in the case that you didn't see it. Tielemans is high on the list, but no offer yet. assessing options. So why are we assessing options if Tielemans is if why are we assessing options with Tielemans when we could easily still get the Paqueta deal over the line? This is something that I wonder. Is the Tielemans deal dead? Is the Tielemans deal dead? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. Is the Tielemans deal dead? Is it done? Is it off? Because if the Tielemans deal is off, he's already reported back to Leicester training camp. He's already back with Leicester training. He's getting ready for the new season, but we're not seeing anything about the player potentially doing anything. We're hearing about links to him to United. We're hearing about him being an alternative to Frankie de Jong. We're hearing about him joining Leicester's preseason. We're hearing about all these different things. We heard about a bid like a couple months ago, but I don't know. Personally, Lucas Paqueta for 80 million euros makes no sense when you can get Tielemans and I'm looking at the two potential signings and I'm saying to myself, which one is going to cost me less? Which one have we worked on more? Which one will be easier to get done? Then we can move on to other targets and focus on other targets afterwards. So it's not a thing where I'm trying to be cheap or anything like that. I'm just trying to be logical with the potential signings of Tielemans or Lucas Paqueta, because who would adjust to the Premier League quicker? Who's actually worth the money? There's so much questions that you have to ask yourselves. So much questions. But luckily, I'm not the one getting paid to answer these questions. You know what I mean? Luckily, I'm not the one that has to work overtime and answer these questions, because these are way above my pay grade. I'm just a fan. But this is why I'm asking you guys what you guys think. This is why I'm asking what you guys expect from Arsenal and what you think Arsenal should be doing. Because if Arsenal are serious, I would say we should allocate the funds properly and get into Tielemans and go and then spend the money on a 6 or a backup left back or something of importance. Because right now, allocating that much money, I don't know. Let's go to your comments. What do you guys say in the comment section? Let's see what you guys are saying in the comment section. People are saying the crab stats comparisons between Tielemans and so as you can see here, the comparisons between the two players, you can see that in most scenarios, Lucas Paqueta, and when it comes to pressing, dribble completed, progressive passes, interceptions, ball recoveries, attack added, open play shots, almost in every area statistically, except for passes into the final third and adjusted tackles. Pretty much almost every area he is much better than him in. Why is there no red one on this one? Interesting. But yeah, you can see it's not even close. He's pretty much clear in almost all of them. That is interesting to see. Yo, guys, we have our first caller of the day. Big ups to Hall. We haven't had him on in a while. Hope he's doing well. But yeah,